What God's name is going on in here?
52.
All right,
What are we doing?
Let's do it, dude.
Doing it?
Yeah.
Do this.
Ain't we doing this shit?
Do it.
Episode 4, man. Let's make it work.
Oh, 4, man. Let's do this shit.
Episode 4.
3's up right now. Go check it out if you haven't already. And hey, if you're listening to this right now, pause it and share it with somebody, and then jump back on and hit play.
Yep.
So you can check it out. We need to get this thing shared out and
Yeah.
spread it around.
Getting some new listeners, some good feedback.
Oh, yeah.
Give a shout out to Miguel V.
Oh, yeah. Our boy Miguel,
Yeah.
man. Our buddy here at
Local
the
cat.
at our watering hole here, man.
Yeah,
Good guy.
talked to him this week.
Yeah.
And had some good interaction and some good feedback. So
That guy's an entrepreneur, man. He's a young cat, Sam Houston grad. Started a business, man.
he's doing good things.
Doing good things, man. Doing
Nice.
real good things, man.
For
Entrepreneur.
sure.
I love that shit, man. Dude, Easter passed by, man. What are we doing? Oh boy, man. Peter Cottontail was saving
Papa
the guy. Peter Cottontail was
B.
saving. It was Grandpa Joe, man. He was saving Grandpa Joe, man. He had to deter him from the crowd
You
there.
saw that, dude?
Dude, that was intense,
Did you
dude.
see the
What was
the
going on
compilation
with
of
that?
all of them?
Yeah, dude.
It was
It's sad.
scary,
It's-
dude.
So what is that, like a Secret Service agent?
That's what they were
100%.
saying.
what it
Yeah,
was.
that's what they were saying. They were
Yeah.
saying, under wraps, they were saying that that's what it was, and trying to keep him. And he kept like taking off, like dodging off and shit. But it's funny or whatever. But it's pretty fucking sad, dude. Pretty sad.
Worse
man.
and worse. The
Yeah.
speech the other day where he turned around to shake hands with
Nobody. Yeah.
no one.
it's
Hey,
it's terrible, man.
the saddest part to me was after when people started clapping or whatever, and they were sitting down. People started clapping, and Jill leaned over and was like, "Wave."
Yeah,
And like even when she said that, like he looked at her like, "Huh? Like,
Yeah.
what do I do?"
dude. It's
And then he started waving, and he only waved like 4 times,
Hey,
and then he set
you
his
know,
hand down.
Whatever side of the aisle you're
Yeah.
on right here,
Yeah.
you need to watch this because it's history.
It really is.
You know, I mean, this is history. We're in year 1.
Yeah.
He's got a long way to go just to make 4.
it's weird that
So
We are
I don't know if
in-
this has ever happened before, and
it's noticeable.
it's
Yeah.
noticeable.
It seems like it's worse even from like the day he was elected.
yeah.
Yeah.
And this is not
Yeah, well,
right or left or center or whatever. This is just observation, and the observation of it is it's concerning. I mean, you watch it and you're like, wow, that's a real thing that's actually happening.
No, it's like I said, it's of course it's for comedians and all that stuff. It's hilarious, but
gold.
and in the end, it's just like Trump was gold with his shit, man. All his comments, but this is gold too. But in the end, it's sad for him, dude.
Yeah.
They need to do something with him and maybe put Kamala there, throw her in, put her in, coach, put her in, see what happens, man. Can't get no worse, man. So just put her in,
Don't say
coach.
that. Don't say it. We never know. We never know. It's wild times.
Mm-hmm.
So Elon is on move number 2 or 3 right now, right?
Next move, man.
Next
The
move.
next move, man. He's supposed to, from what I gathered today, that he's supposed to team up with another person, another big entrepreneur kind of cat or person, another backer, investor to try to buy out Twitter, man.
I saw that.
The rumblings and grumblings that I heard was the cats from like either PayPal or I forget what the other one is. But yeah, he's trying to find another investor to go with him to take it over, man, to take over Twitter, man.
It's crazy.
It'll be interesting to see what he does with it, man. If it does happen, I think it'll be interesting to see where Twitter goes, man, because it's gonna be wide open, man. It's
Well,
gonna
some of
wide
those
open.
guys have come out on the board and said, "Oh, we won't accept his offer." And so there's a sentiment out there. Wow, they're not going to accept his offer. What's he going to do now?
Mhm.
I think he knows what he's going to do now. I think he knew what he was going to do now before he even made the offer.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the
That guy knows
guy's
what he's doing. He's smart.
he's pretty smart.
Oh yeah, dude.
So
He's got it.
So there's the whole board position thing, that went by. What was it, last week or week before or
Yep.
something like that? If he was on the board, it would have limited the amount of Twitter he could have owned.
Yeah.
And so now that he's not on the board, he can own. I don't know that there's a cap if you're not on
Yeah.
the board or whatever. You
Yeah.
can own however much.
what's odd is
You can,
he's the richest man in the world. So what is Twitter? What are you buying, right? Buying air mostly,
Yeah.
right? But even though being the richest man in the world, you can't just start your own platform.
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
I guess it would take so much
Yeah.
traction
Yep.
and so long to grow. I don't know. I mean, you think why
There's some
doesn't he start his own? Why
Yeah.
didn't he start his own?
That's
So-
what a lot of people say, all the time. They'll say, well, if you don't like the rules for whatever, then, start your own.
Start your
And
own.
some people have. One of the competitors to YouTube is Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
And you can jump on Rumble and watch some some pretty cool stuff, and again, it doesn't matter where you line up politically. I think it's really just kind of a matter of how much policing on those platforms are you willing to to give up, and at what point is it not what people are saying is at what point is it not freedom of speech and all that kind of stuff. And
Well, you know what? How big are the other platforms? If you started your own, you'd be on Twitter trying to tell people about it.
it's true.
Well, it's just like when
Right?
it's just like when they did when they started Parlor.
Yeah.
That
Right.
everybody went.
Yeah.
Rogan was over there. All these people were over there, and but like you said, they weren't picking up traction.
No traction.
They weren't- no traction, man. They couldn't get
That's a good example
Yeah.
because that had one of
Yeah.
the biggest pushes
Mhm.
Yep.
to go.
National push.
It had a big push, and then after it tried to grow, I guess
Mhm.
it was real glitchy because I guess their hardware couldn't handle
ready for that.
the growth.
Servers weren't ready. Yeah.
And that was a good example of
Mhm.
even with growth, even with movement headed that way,
You got to be ready.
it's not easy.
Yeah.
Not easy
You
to
gotta be ready
do.
for it.
So
Man.
there you have it.
Yeah, no, man, but in the news right now it's just nuts, dude. It's just and like another thing from last week that we didn't get a touch on is because last week, right after we recorded last week's episode, Cam Newton came out, dude. Cam Newton came out with his
Saw
comments
that.
about relationships and ladies and whatnot, and the guy, he's an athlete, he's got his, he's got his way on the field and whatever, but I think what he was saying, there's something to that, man, and that's just because for me, I'm an old school cat, man. I'm from the old school, and watching TV, like watching Archie Bunker, things of that nature. I know where he's coming from, saying, you want that woman to be there with you. You want her to be that strong woman to cater to you, to
Yeah.
and I could be a sexist piece of shit, but but for me, that's just the way it is. The way I like to see things. That's how I grew up seeing things. I'd go to my friend's house. I go to I'm Native American, so I would go to my friend's house, and they were Hispanic friends, my Mexican friends, and I'd go over there and I'd have dinner over there. And it was funny, dude. It was weird. It's like you see the dad. He would sit down, and mom and everybody bring him, and he was eating first.
He got
dude.
the big piece of chicken.
Yeah, he had the big
yeah,
piece of
piece of
chicken. He and it was just funny to see those. And the same thing with it. It's weird how cultures, different people, traditions and cultures work. Like so at the Mexican households, the man eats first. He eats, and then I went to my white friends. I sleep over at their house, and you would see the dad cooking in the kitchen. I would look at it like, what's that dude doing in the kitchen cooking? Like that was weird to me, dude. That was
Yeah.
like it was weird to me because I wasn't
Yeah.
raised like that. I was raised where mom was in the kitchen cooking, and
Yeah.
dad sat down and she brought it to him. And it's just tradition, man. It's just old school. It's just
Well,
old
no,
fashioned.
I think what
Go ahead.
No,
No,
go ahead.
I think what Cam was saying, in a way, I agree. And he took it a little far, talking about women should be cooking and everything like that. But what he's saying, and I agree with, is I think everybody can agree that the intact family
Mhm.
is the ideal situation, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes when you say the intact family is an ideal situation, sometimes you step on the toes of maybe a single parent that goes, "Oh, you think I can't do it?" No, no.
Yeah.
That's not saying that.
Yeah.
It's you can absolutely do it on your own, and a lot of people do a great job at it. So, but that doesn't mean that you can't say the intact family is an
Yeah.
ideal situation,
Yeah.
right?
No.
Yeah. And I think there okay, so a couple of things about this. I thought about this a lot. And statistically, you're talking about like the PC term is nuclear family,
Yeah.
right? So like the idea of the intact or nuclear family being something that is a springboard for everything else in your life. That's how a lot of people are. And I just realized, I'm gonna pause for a second. I just realized, dude, we started this podcast super deep. We're getting super deep right off the bat. But the idea of the nuclear family means that you have marital roles that are sort of assigned within your relationship, and it's something that both spouses sort of agree to. So let me say this: did the comments that Cam Newton say go overboard? To some people, yes.
Right.
But where I will defend him, And while I'll pause and agree that I do think personally some of the things that he said was like, okay, well maybe that's not the best time to say those
Right.
things. With that being said, who is anyone else to come at him for something that he believes? Like this is something that he was probably raised. You know, he probably raised in a household where you know there's gender roles in the household, and you know whether you agree with that or not, that's something that's a way that he was raised and something that he believes. And if he finds a spouse that agrees with him, then he'll live happily ever after. If he doesn't, he's gonna be looking for a long time.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, and I agree. Like I said, I know things are different now. I mean, you know, it's a different time, man. You know, you got moms and moms, dads and dads. I get it all, but like I said, for me, traditionally, it's just I always wondered why women didn't take pride in when you say behind every great man is a great woman. You should take pride in that. That's you. Without the woman, you know. You ain't shit. Well, I know I ain't shit without, you know, behind the woman that I got behind me, because I'm a piece of shit. Without guidance and telling me to stay in line and hey, count that money without being fucked up, you know. So, you know, I keep my shit in check, man. But it's because of her. So that's a big comment to her. That's a big, you know, nod to her.
Yeah, it's a compliment.
It's a compliment to her.
Yeah.
And you know,
especially if that's I'm sorry. I don't mean
no. Go ahead.
Especially if that's if those are agreed upon roles within your relationship, and if those are agreed upon roles within your relationship, who is anybody else to say you shouldn't be doing it? That
and
way?
you just hit the nail on the head. That's just what's right.
Yeah.
Is okay. So just because it's old and traditional doesn't mean it's wrong.
No.
Right. So
not at all.
you know, just like I go back to the single parent. I think sometimes when you talk about the old and tradition, you're sometimes it's taken as, oh, we can't do it this way. This is wrong. No, it's not necessarily one way's wrong or right or the other. It's just if you're happy in doing what you're doing, then you know,
good for you.
Then you're right.
Yeah,
right?
And I'm sure, and same with you know same sex, whatever. I'm sure everybody has their role. I'm sure that person has their role and this person has their role. You know. For me, like I've always learned that, hey, mom's got the shittiest job, man. They gotta clean my drawers, they gotta clean our socks, they gotta clean skid marks and shit like that. I wouldn't want that job, dude. I'd rather go out and go work and, you know, bust my ass and make money, you know, go out and work instead of having. That's a tough job, man. I don't want that job.
Yeah.
Mom's job, that's a tough ass job, man.
So on the version of the podcast here, we'll have that Cam Newton clip.
Yeah, it'd be great. Yeah.
Put the Cam Newton clip and up, and you guys can watch it. And just
it's a short clip. It's just a little short clip.
Bad bitch is a person who's just, you know, girl, I'm a bad bitch. You know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I look the part, but I don't act the part.
Okay.
You know, and it's a lot of women who are bad bitches, and I say bitches in a way not to degrade a woman, but just to go off the aesthetic of what they deem is a boss chick. Mm-hmm. Now, a woman for me is handling your own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs, right? And I think a lot of times when you get that aesthetic of like, I'm a boss bitch, like I'm a this, I'm a that, no, baby, like, but you can't cook.
Okay.
You don't know when to be quiet. You don't know how to allow a man to lead.
Comment below. What do you think?
And then
think about it.
Another thing, one last thing on that was like when he said women need to know how to cater to a man. I guess for me, it's not an insult. It's like when I'm sick, you know, I feel good when my lady's taking care of me. I feel like, you know, she gives a shit about me.
Somebody cares.
Yeah, she gives a shit.
Yeah.
She's taking care of me when I got the fever or whatever the case is, or sore throat. She's looking out for me, you know, and that's a cool. That's what I guess. I don't know if he was meant that, but for me, that's how I took it. Is like to cater to a man. It's like, you know, and the last thing is just when he wrapped it up was it was just like men need to be men again, and I think that's the thing. Men aren't men anymore, and like I said again, I'm old fashioned and whatever, but I just think men should be men and be tough, and that's what you're not supposed to cry.
Well, because you hear about it, the attack on masculinity now, right? It's real. Mm-hmm. It's real. So I agree with you there. But let's all be honest for a second. It's Cam Newton.
Yeah, so, it's not a wise man.
Cam's gonna make a point, but Cam's gonna get noticed.
Oh,
guys. I mean,
Hey,
he's gonna go. He's gonna take his
Yeah.
point, and I agree with his point. But
Yeah.
Cam's gonna push the envelope a little bit just to. Cam's got to be
I
Cam.
I almost asked. Hey, do you think these comments are eventually going to keep him off of a team? And then I was like, I stopped myself and I was like, no, his tape is going to keep him off the team. Like
Man.
his play is what's going to keep him off the team.
The only thing I miss about Cam is not his play on the field. And I miss watching him come in
That wardrobe.
game, and he looked like he was going to Sunday church.
That
He looked like
wardrobe,
somebody's grandma.
bro.
He looked like somebody's grandma going to Sunday church,
Hey,
man. I miss that, dude.
He had a hat on
Missed that.
in this clip.
He always
had a
had.
hat on.
It was a badass hat.
I've never seen so many feathers in
love it.
hats, man.
He
It's
had
so many of
style.
them.
He dude's got style,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I can't hate on it. He's got style, but
Big guy.
yeah,
A big guy.
that's just something that caught my eye with him saying that, you know, because that was cool that he, not cool, but I just think it was just an interesting thing that he said that, you know.
Hey, a lot of people don't know
Yeah,
this. He didn't start at Auburn in college.
Mm-mm.
He started at Florida, and he transferred to Blinn College.
Yeah.
And he
right down the
he
street.
Played
He was at Blinn.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played at Blinn, and then left there and went to Auburn and won the national championship there.
He's got
He was
I don't
talented.
know. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
he's the Vince Young of this
He's
generation.
the Vince
I guess.
Young, dude. That's exactly right, man. Because like Vince Young was a killer at UT, man. And then NFL came, went to Tennessee Titans, and it was
That's
just
the
like
Titans.
it was a wrap, man. He was terrible, man. He was just I don't know what the fuck happened to him, man.
There was that one game. I don't know if
Yeah.
you remember this, but it was in the sports news or whatever, where he was fixing to go out on the field. He couldn't find his helmet.
Oh yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
was like looking around for his helmet, and he was late getting on the field because he couldn't find his helmet.
Man.
But no, I mean Vince was a hell of a guy. You know, he opened a steakhouse in Houston, and just that flopped, and it was just man, I felt bad for the guy, man, because he was such a talent, man, and he was one of my favorite players at UT because I'm a big UT fan. I grew up in Austin, so
Hey, he's still a celebrity in Austin.
Oh, dude,
though.
that's a big deal, man. He's
a
the
celebrity in
royalty up
Austin.
there. Yeah, man, love that guy, man.
So you were Ricky Williams.
Oh, dude,
Man,
Ricky
I
Williams,
love
dude, I was
Ricky
so
Williams.
sad. I was so sad when
He just didn't have
You know,
drive, did he?
hey, dude,
Yeah.
when he started, you know, I don't even think it was the weed or anything. I think it was just for him. I think he just lost interest in football. I think
Yeah.
just football
Well,
wasn't his
and
thing.
that could happen,
He just-
right? I
yeah.
mean, because look at the grind that they have to put in,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So but as a fan, you get mad at him, right? Because you
Oh,
go,
yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
root for this guy. I want him to be good.
Yeah.
And he just
I remember the
said,
cool.
I don't really
I
like it.
remember the coolest, not stat, but I guess fun fact about Ricky Williams when he would give a stiff arm, it was the equivalent of a heavyweight
Yeah.
boxer's punch, like his stiff arm,
He-
and that's why he was a fucking.
He was supposed to be the next Earl Campbell, right?
dude, I was
With the
hoping he
big
was going to
thighs,
do
the
that.
big
Yeah,
thighs.
he was amazing, man. He could.
He was in college though.
Yeah, he was fucking something else, dude.
He's solid.
That Tyler Rose, man. Tyler Rose, man.
Earl Campbell.
Earl Campbell,
Sausage.
man. Oh yeah.
Earl Campbell sausage.
So- that meat. that meat, man.
Man,
Damn, man. Dude, Gilbert Gottfried, man.
he died.
Gilbert Gottfried, man.
It's
He's
crazy,
gone.
huh?
Gone, man. Gone just like that, man.
What's the story on that?
That one I don't know. I don't know if anybody else.
Yeah, I
you
know.
what?
Yeah, no. He had a it was a long fight with a disease. It's similar to muscular dystrophy, but it doesn't manifest itself until later in life. And so he was dealing with the situation where it got progressively worse. And his family came out and said, like, you know, he this is something that he knew about but kept private with his family, and you know, something that he was dealing with for a while. I don't remember the exact name for it, but it's a form of muscular dystrophy, and it started you know, sort of attacking his body and that kind of stuff, and I don't know the exact
Yeah.
you know, specific details as to how he, you know, died on, you know, that day or whatever, but he was battling a disease
No, he was
for a while.
He had that distinct voice, man. That's what
did.
made him, man. That's what
Iconic.
yeah, very.
Yeah.
You know, Disney. He fucking captured me at Aladdin when I was a kid. I was like,
Yeah.
I know that voice. Like
Got that
I knew
bird.
that voice. I said I knew that voice, man. Alago, man. That was that voice. And then,
That
do you remember?
face,
Hey,
that
do you remember?
face.
Like he ate the fucking lemon. Like he sucked the lemon.
Constantly.
That lemon. Affleck, dude.
He's
He was that
Affleck
duck.
duck. Yeah.
He was that duck, man.
What?
Affleck duck.
Yeah, that was him.
He's the duck?
Hey, he got.
Well,
hey,
he was.
hey,
He was. He got
canceled.
fired.
Got
Yeah,
canceled.
I have colonial.
Fired,
though.
got-
I don't deal with that.
and-
flag.
You know why?
You know why? I know why. Yeah,
Yeah, I know,
I know
too.
why. I know why. It was a tweet. It was a fucking tweet.
About Japan.
Japan.
Saw that.
A
Yeah.
tsunami.
He got canceled.
Because he said, I think the quote is, Japan is so advanced that the beach comes to them, or
Yeah.
something about the beach comes to them, something like that.
You
Yeah,
can't
he,
joke.
it was.
You can't
I-
joke.
Yeah.
he gets. That was it. That was it.
Yeah.
But the first part before the beach come to them, he said that the the country was so advanced that they don't even have to go to the beach.
Yeah.
The beach
Comes to
goes to
them.
yeah.
I mean, that Affleck was like, done. We're out, man. We're out, man. We're done.
That was a series of tweets actually.
He kept going. Like
yeah,
he was a
He
thing.
did like 5
There's a
different
variety-
tweets
yeah.
about it or whatever.
Yeah.
One of them was about the nuclear plant that melted down or whatever, and all this kind of stuff. And then he canceled all. I mean, he had deleted all of them, but it's too late.
Affleck-
Once you put it out
Affleck's like,
there,
hey,
once you put it
fuck
out
you.
there, it's gone. You know, he should. Oh, man.
They chopped him.
Yeah.
They chopped it.
You know what they did? You know what they did instead? They hired a guy to mimic his voice.
Yep.
To finish out with his voice.
You
Instead
know,
of
it's
using him.
crazy. You can't joke anymore.
No.
Nope.
I'm not going to joke anymore on here because,
No more jokes.
well, you know, as long as I only have like 2 fans right now, I can joke. But
No, but that guy was.
when we blow up,
Yeah. But no,
can't
he had
joke
a hell of a hell of a voice. He was great, man.
he was like one of the original like too soon comics, you know, or whatever, where like he would like he wouldn't just say things for shock. He would say things that like happen in the I forget who the roast of Hugh Hefner.
Yeah.
The Hugh Hefner roast when he came out and made a 9/11 joke literally 2 weeks after it happened.
well, he was a guy. It wasn't always about what he said. His delivery, right?
Yeah.
His delivery, the face, the voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
He was
funny,
on.
funny guy.
Was he contracted with the Comedy Central for the roast? Because he was on like
yeah, he was
every
in
one of
all.
them.
Yeah, he was in all. He was really good. You know who was the best one on the roast? Those was that Ross? Ross. Is it Jeff Ross or
Jeff Ross.
Dude, he's killer, man. He's like cutthroat. He don't give a shit, dude. He'll go for your throat, man. He was awesome.
He
Yeah,
was
that's
the
him,
he was
Jeff
the
Ross.
host. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
the host
usually
for a lot
he's
of 'em.
really good, man. I love those things, man. I love those roasts. I love when they come out, dude. They did Bieber and Bieber. They tore up Bieber pretty good.
That was a good one. That was one of my favorite ones.
Bieber's pretty good.
That was one of my favorite
Yeah, well,
ones.
he's an easy target though, right? He's
Good looking
like-
guy.
Yeah,
I want to be that good looking,
he's-
man. I want to be that
he's-
good.
Wherever he is, he's laughing at us right now.
I
Right?
mean, no shit, right? Like money.
You just make a bunch of Ellen DeGeneres jokes.
Oh yeah.
If it's Justin Bieber.
Damn, lost another one, dude.
Wow.
Jerry's mom.
Jerry's mom.
Jerry's
Right
mom.
on the heels of George's mom.
George's mom. Yep.
Right.
Still. Yep.
Seinfeld. I'm a big
Liz-
Seinfeld fan.
Liz Sheridan, is that her
Yeah,
name?
Liz.
Sheridan?
Yeah, Liz Sheridan. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was also, fun fact, you probably guys know this. She was on Alf. She was the nosy neighbor on Alf.
Alf.
Dude. Nosy neighbor.
I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
You know, some people have forgotten about Alf. Alf was.
Dude, he
Alf
was cool, man.
He was the puppet.
Yeah.
Back then, you know, he ate cats.
Hey, go back and
House
watch.
cat. He wanted to
Hey,
eat a house cat.
go back and watch some of those episodes though.
He ate that
Dude,
cat.
there is some racy humor.
Some kind of innuendos.
Oh,
in
there's
right?
so many. There's so many
then-
innuendos on that
And
show.
then he looked like an uncircumcised penis, his snout. So yeah, he was that aardvark, that anteater, man.
Hey, but you know,
That anteater.
Alf was a show that came out
Mm-hmm.
kind of unique because it wasn't a kids show.
No,
No.
no, no.
No.
I mean, it wasn't an R-rated show, but it wasn't a kids show. It
No.
was adult
definitely,
humor.
It was
Yeah.
definitely adult humor for sure, and that's why you go back and listen to some of those innuendos, dude. And I actually think that that's one of the shows that people forget that like aged really well. And like you go back and watch some of the episodes, and they're really funny still.
But I've never seen it on syndication anywhere.
Yeah, I can't. I don't find it because I watch
Alf, he must
Nick at
not
Night.
agree. He must not agree.
Yeah, cats.
He didn't agree.
She was also she was known for being on Broadway and shit. Dude. She was big, dude. She was huge. My favorite line on Seinfeld she did was she was calling Jerry one time. She told Jerry, we need ice, Jerry. We need ice. And Jerry's like, she goes, your dad likes a lot of ice. And she goes, well, use the ice tray. She goes, oh, I can do that. But it's just like Jerry was like, dude, now that they live so close to me, they can call me anytime they fucking want. But it was just funny how she was just like baffled that she didn't have ice. You know, she's like, it was just a funny in that moment. It was just hilarious.
They
in
were
that
good
moment.
characters on that
Yeah,
show.
They were great, man.
The dad, and you know there were 2 different dads.
They did
on
switch
the
him
show.
up.
They
Switched him
switched it up.
That first
The
season.
early dad
was
was
a
a
different one.
different dad.
Yeah, he was a smoker. Yeah,
Yes.
he had a cigarette.
And of course, the second one, I don't know the actor's name,
Me
but,
neither,
but
yeah.
the one who played the longest at the end, he was the best. He was the best.
Number one dad. Man.
Number one.
Number one dad.
Number one dad. That Cadillac.
He had a Cadillac, man. Yeah, man. She was
Del Boca Vista.
yeah. She died April 15th, man. That was but yeah, it's crazy to see all these talented people just bouncing out. But she was fairly old. She was 97.
We were talking about this earlier. The fact that it's crazy that she died 2 weeks after Costanza's mom.
Costanza.
You know, everything. Hey, time marches on, right? I saw a story, and this was something I was just scrolling through on social media, and I don't know where I was, but I didn't click on it. I wanted to go back and look at it, and I did not just think until now. I heard John Bon Jovi was on stage somewhere and struggling getting through his songs.
He was living on a
Right.
prayer, huh?
You're living on a prayer.
I mean, hey, everybody's getting older now. All our heroes are getting
Sad,
older,
man.
so.
I know he owned like a arena football league. That's what he owned, one of those teams.
John Bon Jovi did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I can't remember what jersey.
I had ripped up jeans when I was in school, kind of like
Hey, I
John
heard
Bon Jovi style.
I heard that about Chicago. That Chicago, early was super strong or whatever, and like now they're just like shells of what they used to be, and
Like on stage.
yeah, and
Present.
they just go up and kind of
I think my favorite
whatever.
member of Chicago was John Cetera or something Cetera, Peter Cetera, and he did one of the songs on Karate Kid Part 2. So he was a big Peter Cetera. No, yeah, there he is. Yeah, he was a handsome devil, man. For back in the days,
Good-looking dude,
he was a
man.
good guy, man. He was
Look at that feathered hair.
He was all
huh?
tan. He had that butt cut. He had that
Okay,
nice
so
butt
the
cut.
difference is now, 20 years ago,
Mhm.
you'd see a modern picture of someone, and then a picture of them a long time ago was obviously bad quality picture, right? Maybe it was
Yeah.
a black and white picture. Now, here we are, 2022, right? Hey, pictures of everyone when they're younger, they're good pictures too,
Dude, this is
right?
shit, man. It's real.
It's really
Yeah.
crazy to look back at these stars.
Yeah.
Angel, you find anything on Bon Jovi on that concert?
Forget what he was
Curious.
talking about. Forgetting his
Maybe
lyrics.
maybe I dreamed that, but
Nah, I doubt
think
it.
so.
I doubt it. I believe it.
How old is he?
Joey's probably like 60.
For anybody that's listening, by the way, we have a TV in here. Our producer Angel, pulls up stuff or whatever. When we switch the podcast over to video, you guys will get to see a lot of this. But if you want to see some of the stuff that we pull up, we'll do pictures up on the screen or videos up on the screen on YouTube, stuff like that. But if you're listening, we'll try to do a good job of describing what we're seeing, all kind of stuff.
yeah.
I'll put you a picture of Bon Jovi's hair and shit.
Bon Jovi had the hair back then.
Look at his hair.
He did.
He did.
What else, man?
Living on a prayer.
That he was living on a prayer. Is that the one, dude? That's
No,
not-
that's
old.
an older.
old. It's something new.
video.
Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll find it. Hit you guys up on it.
Trent, you were talking about first car.
Oh yeah, man.
You were talking about the first car,
yeah,
man.
so I was thinking
saw
about
the
that
pictures, man.
I was thinking about that the other day, and I texted you guys, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, dude, let's go with the first car."
First
It's,
car.
mine was a 1985 S10.
How'd you get it?
It was my parents, and it was a hand-me-down, and I got that Joker, and I got to tell you, man, it was a tank. I mean, that 1985 frame was so small and compact and metal, and just it was a tank of a dude. I hit 3 deer in that truck before it crapped out.
It's a good frame, man. I use
Yeah.
that. I use that frame for my truck now.
Yeah, it
That's
sure
what-
is.
that's what yours is. Yeah,
The
yeah. I
53.
forgot
I
that.
use that for the 53 now.
Yeah.
But no, that's a damn good. Those things were sturdy, man. Those
Yeah.
were good, man. Those are good for mini trucks. I remember when mini trucks were a big thing, man.
And
Mini-
isn't that
mini
funny
trucks.
how mini
Yeah.
trucks were a
That was
thing?
shit.
Now there is no mini
Not
truck.
Mini trucks no more, man. What'd you have, Johnny?
I got my brother hand me down, of course. My brother had a Pontiac Sunbird, 1987 Pontiac Sunbird. He bought it brand new.
Hell yeah.
And he had it. I don't know how many miles it had on it, but it was a little worn. And I was lucky when I got my driver's license. It got passed down to me. It was black Pontiac Sunbird GT. It was the GT.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at you.
So it had the little louvers over the headlights. They didn't cover the headlights completely, but when you cut the lights on, they opened, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know if you remember the Pontiacs back then, the Sunbird, the Grand Am, what was the other one? But they all had if you've been inside of them, they had a very Pontiac style. If you remember,
yeah.
bucket seats deep, this kind of new age dash that would look old as hell now, but had this new look in a fake metal dash, and
Hey, when you got in that thing though, or when you got it, like it was gold to you.
I thought it was I washed it all the time. I had the little air fresheners inside.
The trees.
Yeah.
Trees.
I'd fight you if you told me that car didn't look good.
I thought you were when you said louver, I thought you said you had them louver shades like on the back window.
No, I didn't. But you know what I did do? I put double wipers on it. Remember double wipers? You don't remember that? Yeah, somebody out there does. But back there for a little bit of time, the cool thing is to replace your windshield wipers with double wipers. It was a big wide thing with 2 wiper blades.
Jesus.
It was ridiculous, but
you had that mobile bum on your window. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, it was like bum. He
was on the window cleaning that bum.
Because I need to clean my windows double time. Yeah.
No. Squeegee.
What was yours, Keith?
Dude, me. So I'm when I was a kid, man, I used to watch again a lot of TV, a lot of movies and shit. So I watched it's a movie called Juice. It was an urban movie called Juice. It had Tupac in it. It had a lot of other stars in it too. But when I saw that movie, I went to the theaters to watch it. It was like 90 something, 92, 93, whatever it was. But when I was watching it, dude, I saw this guy. It was brand new, dude. It was a red 96 Nissan Maxima. I saw that, I said, dude, that's what I want, dude. I thought that was the shit. I thought that was a Ferrari to me.
Yeah.
So I worked summer on summer. So 2 summers I worked and I saved up money and I got a down payment for a 96 Maxima, dude. And I thought it was nice, man. I had Bose system, and I thought I was living the dream, man. But 96 red Nissan Maxima.
I still remember the ads. It's the 4-door sports car,
dude. You know what I do? I'd buy that Black Magic. Three, four cases of that Black Magic and wipe down my leather and dude, I was slipping and sliding all over them fucking seats, dude. But I was looking good, dude. I was good. My shit was shiny, man. My inside was shiny.
You had the seat leaned back into the back seat.
Oh yeah, dude. I was laying down, man. Like I said, I was very urban when I was a kid, man.
Let's at least agree that Keith had the best car of the thing.
Hey. He did.
For a first car, he had the best car.
No, but yeah,
a 96 Maxima. That trumps an 87 Sunbird, man.
But trumps an 85.
I worked a lot of summers, dude. I worked like without having shit, dude. So I had to save up, and it took me a while to get that down payment. But when I got it, it was worth it.
Hey, my 85 S10, it wasn't even clean, dude. It was one of those beat up trucks. You know what I mean? It looked like a homeless man on wheels. Basically,
works.
Is what it looked like.
Standard or automatic?
Yeah.
It was automatic. It was
nice.
Automatic.
Okay. Yeah. Would you have standard?
No, it was automatic. But
okay.
So I have to tell you the story. The Sunbird didn't last that long. I didn't wreck it. It just I had it. I loved it, and the head cracked on the motor, and it cost too much to fix. So I ended up getting a Chevrolet pickup with a standard, nice. and I think more people need to learn how to drive a standard.
I don't know how to drive standard. Dude.
What?
Nope.
I had a Civic that was a standard.
No. I was gonna say, to this day, Jennifer, she makes fun of me because I drive with 2 feet. I drive with 2 feet.
Oh, no doubt. Really?
Nobody taught me shit, so I had to learn by myself. So I used 2 feet, dude. The foot on the brake and foot on the gas, dude. Hey, dude, I'm prehistoric over here. I don't know how to, but that's how I learned, man.
Keith, you got that cutout, and you just use your feet.
Hey, I need pictures to say, hey, this is the brake, this is the gas. I need the vertical one.
Like a race car driver.
But
race car driver's 2-pedal, man.
That's just the way I learned, man. But I tried standard a couple times with a couple friends. They tried to show me, but I kept stalling out.
You needed 3 feet.
You
needed 3 feet.
I need that third leg, man. I don't have that third leg.
How do you do this without 3 feet? That's the first thing Keith did. He looked down there 3 pedals.
I don't have that third leg. I got that owl snoot. I got that aardvark, man. I don't have that third leg, man.
Hey, look at me, Keith. Keith, he opened the door to that standard. He opened the door and he said, "No,
I'm good.
I'm out."
Dude, it was hard, man. I had a buddy. He had a I forget what it was. Some kind of shit. I can't remember. It was like a foreign job, and he was like, "Hey, dude, I'll teach you how to drive standard." On a hill, kept stalling out, rolling backwards and shit. Said, "Dude, I'm out. Dude. I'm nervous. I'm gonna hurt somebody."
You get nervous on that hill.
On that hill, yep.
Yeah.
I got real nervous, so
redlining, just trying to catch.
Yeah, I was nervous, dude.
Clutch smoke.
I was out.
That's funny. That's funny. I didn't
know
that about you.
2 feet.
I didn't know that about
2 feet.
Hey, how old were you when you got in your first wreck?
You know, I pulled up to a stoplight, and I was in the not in the Sunbird. I was in the truck, and my foot slipped off the clutch, and I just bumped the lady in front of me.
Oh shit!
Like bumped, and she got out, and oh man, I was apologizing, and I was really, I kept saying, please don't call anybody, please don't, because I knew I was going to get in trouble, and I was really lucky that she was in a truck. It didn't hurt the back of the bumper of that truck. It didn't hurt mine. It just embarrassed me, and I really didn't want anybody called. I didn't want to get in trouble. I didn't want to get my vehicle taken away from me. And she was nice.
Chill about it.
She was nice. She was nice. I was about to cry.
How old were you?
16.
16.
Yeah.
What about you, Keith?
Never got. You know what? Even though with my retarded ass 2 feet, I never been in an accident. The only thing that did happen to me when I first got my Nissan Maxima, I worked at a gas station and I had my car on the side of the road. It was parked on the side of the road, and a drunk driver came and smashed into the back of my Nissan Maxima. I had my car for like maybe 2 months, and a drunk driver rammed into my car, man. And while I was at work, because I worked at a gas station, I did like I was telling you before, I did patches on tires. I did
tire shop. Yeah.
Worked there, I did, and I pumped gas because in Austin they had in Austin where I grew up, they had a place where it was one of a kind. You would pump people's gas.
The full service.
The full service.
When old service, yeah. When old school. And when I was there, I worked till like 10 o'clock at night, and I was parked there, and some guy came in there and just plowed in the back of my car, man. And it was of course, insurance took care of it, but it was just that. But I've never been in an accident. Never.
Hey, that was devastating, though, huh?
Oh, dude, I was pissed, dude, because I busted my ass. Summers busting my ass working in construction to get that money, man.
They probably came in to hit it pretty hard, but they slipped off with that black magic on there, right?
They
slipped off to the side.
That little black magic helped, man. Dude, I love the way that shit smells, man. And I also, if you don't know, if you know, you know, the best smell in your car, the cherry, the little cans look like cat food. The little cans look like cat food.
Put it under your seat.
Cherry, that's the shit, dude.
I was a coconut guy. I always got coconut.
You coconut guy? No, I was. A new car smell was badass too. New car smells cool, but cherry.
So I get the new car wafers, and I put them underneath my seat or whatever.
Yeah. I love when you go to the car wash and they throw them underneath.
Throw them in there, dude.
Yeah, that's the shit.
So I feel like the way you asked that question is there's a crash up story on this S10.
It's bad. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. It's bad. It's bad. It was bad. I was 15. I didn't have a license.
No license.
I didn't have a license. And I was driving an old, oh man, I don't remember what year it was. 82, 83 maybe.
So is statute of limitations up on this?
I'm clear. I can talk about it now. I've already been sued and everything.
The statute.
No, maybe you guys can help me out with this.
Sculpture of limitations.
Sculpture of limitations. What's that statue look like?
Yeah. It's not a good statue, I'll tell you that. Okay, so you guys can help me with this. I don't remember what year it was, but it was the Ford Explorer.
Nice.
But it was the truck. You know what I'm talking about? It was the old Ford Explorer.
Sport Track.
Yeah.
Explorer Sport Track.
Explorer Sport Track. And I think it was like an 82, maybe 83, something like that. And I had thrown the trash bags in the back of the truck, and I was hauling it off to the dump. And so I was obviously a kid, and so I wasn't paying attention because I was too excited about the fact that I was driving, and I passed the dump, and stupid me, like I didn't even consider where I should turn around. I just pulled into a driveway and backed out into the road, and I didn't realize that I did that right at the top of a hill.
Oof.
And this Honda Accord topped the hill. I think it was an Accord. I don't know, Honda something. It's probably like a Nissan Maxima or something. I don't know.
Probably
but it topped the hill going about 70, 75, something like that. Smashed into the back of the truck. The truck like flipped around several times, ended up in the ditch. And it was one of those things that happened, so fast and so aggressively that you don't even realize it's happening till it's over.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there, and I got out of the truck, and my first thought was like, I need to make sure this other person's okay, because his car was completely totaled. And I got out or whatever, and I was like, you okay? And then he got out and he was holding his knee, kind of like
of course,
kind of like the Family Guy episode. He's like, and it was a big ordeal, and I ended up not getting in trouble. I ended up not getting in trouble for it. But you know, my insurance, you know, took care of everything. My insurance on the truck, whatever,
that's
took care of
really good.
everything, and whatever. But it was violent, and I was very much 15.
Jeez.
I was very much not licensed.
Were you supposed to be there? Your parents let you, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My parents let me, but they weren't home. They weren't home, and
they let you from not. Yeah. So
they weren't in the truck with me. It was just me, and they hit me, and I called my my dad.
officer, my parents let me, but they're not home.
Yeah. Well, I called my dad, and he was in an Impala SS, and he drove like 140, you know, to get there, and he got to the you know, crash site or whatever, and was talking to the police officers, and everything ended up magically being okay.
I know a guy that we call Evil Knievel. I'm sure he's got an interesting story. But no, I'll give an angel shit. No, that's no, dude. It's dude, having a car was like freedom, dude. Having your car, cracking up the music, and just driving, man. That was free.
Hey,
that's freedom, man.
I put a sound system in that 85.
Yeah, you have to,
I
man.
put a sound system in.
I remember driving down the road and just looking over to the passenger seat, and that's the space in the car, and just thinking, it's my space right here.
Yeah. It's your area, man.
It's my area.
It's
It's
your
my
area.
space.
It's like your room on wheels.
I have arrived.
Yeah.
I arrived into the world right then.
You got somewhere else to beat your meat.
Yeah.
You feel,
Beat your meat somewhere else, man. Besides in the room, dude. You got mobile beat your meat room. Yeah. Yep.
you feel in charge. You know what I mean? Like you feel like that's your that's
for
your
sure,
spot.
man.
Well,
Yeah.
for me, it was big because, you know, we mentioned it before. I lived in a rural area, so that was my way to get places, to get over to a friend's house or to do this. So it was a big deal for me, different than I guess maybe someone who lived in a neighborhood and had a lot of friends around. It was freedom for me to get out there and roll.
The thing I hated to do is when you had a car, you were the fucking taxi for your friends.
Oh
And
my!
I made those motherfuckers give you gas money, man. It's like, hey, I'm not giving. You know, you're in a ride. You got to throw in, $5, something like that. You know what I mean?
It was always, I'll catch you next time.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah, well,
I hated that shit.
maybe I'll give you a ride next time. I
Yeah,
guess.
You're always the taxi, man. When you had a ride, you were always the taxi.
I think I was like you though, Keith. I washed my vehicle
yeah.
at least once a week. It was
Yeah.
like Fridays. It was getting cleaned up for the weekend.
Yep.
And you know that feeling, you wash it, then you sit back there and you just look at it.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite thing was, greasing up the wheels with the,
With that black magic.
Yeah.
that Armor All.
There was also the I think it was Armor All brand, but it was also the foam that you could spray.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't have to wipe it off.
Yeah.
You would just like spray it.
The tire
and it would,
foam,
like,
Armor
melt-
All,
it
and
would,
the
like,
no
melt
touch.
off or
No
whatever.
touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just
Yeah, I had all
for
that.
them kids listening growing up, that cherry little can of smell good, that was the shit, man. Cherry. Always go cherry or new car smell.
And
Cherry
as an adult, it's the same thing. I don't confession. I don't wash my own car. I have a subscription at one of the local places that I take it to. The exception to that, motorcycles. I mean, unless I'm like working late or something, I'm going on a ride or something. I might have a company come out and do it or whatever. But I like to tinker with it myself, and like get out there and clean stuff off. Or one of the places I like to go is the place that does the bikes for the Hartley shop in town. And they take a brush to every nut and bolt and make it look brand new. And I'm not gonna do that.
It's something about taking pride
Yeah.
in what you have. I'll tell just a quick story here. Try to be brief with it, but we were headed to a race in Ponca City one time. My son was racing motocross, and we pulled into the race, and I had my truck and trailer, and it was my 1-ton truck, 36-foot trailer that had the living quarters in the front and the motorcycles in the back, and we're up there racing this race. And this was a big race every year, and so everyone kind of staged up in line to get in the next day. And we had driven through bugs and whatnot, and when we get where we were going, I was killing time, so I got out there to clean my trailer. I was cleaning the bugs off of the front. And parked next to us was a guy with a big motorhome. It was probably, who knows, several $100,000 or more motorhome with whole trailer and nice. He had the nicest rig in the parking lot. But he walked over while I was cleaning my bugs off of my trailer behind a Dodge truck, and he said, "Man, I really like your trailer in your truck." So I look at him and I go, "Wow, man, everybody here really likes your rig."
Yeah.
And he said, "Yeah, but you know what?" He said, "I have a nice rig." He said, "But no matter how nice of a rig you have or how nice of anything you have, someone can always show up with something nicer.
Yeah.
You can't control that." He said, "But look what you're doing out here. You're cleaning yours." And he said, "You can always have the cleanest because you can control that."
That's true.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of like a lesson
Yeah.
to, and I remember being a kid, we talked about getting that old Pontiac Sunbird, but just take pride in it, right? Just clean it up
That's yours, man.
and just sit back and look at it and be proud of it. And, you can take a cue from your old self of doing that, even in what you have now, be proud of what you have and what you do. Shine it up, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. After the 85 S10 was out of commission, I had all the money I had saved up or whatever, and I went and bought a 78 Nova, and
nice.
And I wanted it to be nice. It was definitely a car I was gonna have to work on. It's like a project car, that kind of thing, But it drove, and I drove it to school and worked on it when I could.
78 Nova?
Yeah.
Don't you wish you had that now? Or not? No.
No. 78. The late 70s actually.
That wasn't the good.
That was like
muscle car, right?
No, that was like the gas saver Nova.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked cool. It was a great body, but it was the
Nader Nova.
Yeah, it was like the what was it, the 302 or something like that. It was, or 305 or something like that. It was supposed to be like a gas saver or whatever. Gas, it did not save. I mean, it was supposed to be a gas saver, but it was like 9 miles to the gallon or something like that. But
good fun cars. He still drives the. He still drives a classic.
I still drive a classic. Man.
Hey, and even when you're driving like older cars like that, or you see older cars like that, it for me, maybe this is just me, I don't know, but it constantly makes me want an older car.
Hey, so Keith, what year's the truck now?
The 53.
So the 53. So you have to enjoy going through town, stopping at a red light.
Everybody's looking at it.
You get a lot of waves, don't you?
And it's that whole thing is like, what year is it?
Yeah,
dude, it's raining. Like my shit's I gotta roll my shit down. I say, hey, I don't have automatic windows, dude. I gotta roll my shit down manually until it's a fucking 53, dude. So I just go, 55.3, man. Goddamn. But no, it's cool, man. No, and all fun and games, man. It's cool, man. It's cool. Twice at a convenience store, older men over 60, they'll be like, I got 10 grand right now. 10 grand. I was like, nah, dude, it was a birthday gift, so it's not.
Yeah.
It's sentimental, and it won't go nowhere. So
it was built for you, huh?
It was built for me.
That's awesome.
It was built for my fat ass, man, and my
You go to the grave
my
with
hard work, my hard work trunk.
That look.
Yeah, that look.
Hey, he's
for me.
He's two pedal down the road. Two pedals.
Two
pedals.
Hey, 2 feet, man.
Two pedals.
I'm not scared of
and
it.
Unless somebody asks for the year, then he's
yeah, I gotta roll that shit down, man. It's like, but I love it, man. It's my pride and joy, man, and it's we're gonna paint it. We're gonna paint it flat black, probably in the summer. We're gonna go flat black, man. Go keep it simple.
Even we were talking about like seeing these old cars, or whatever. Even when you watch like older movies, we were talking about that movie Stand By Me, right?
Yeah.
And all the cars, in that movie.
Yeah.
When it clips to that one of those scenes, and you see all these old cars moving around, or whatever. I look at it and I'm like, yeah, dude, I want literally everything that's on the screen.
You know what's cool is I think right now classics are being made again, meaning that some of these new sports cars, the new Vets, the Mustangs, the Camaros, and things either in this era, they're going to be classics one day because they're high horsepower stuff.
Oh yeah.
But we can agree that there's the old classic stuff, but there was an era during the 80s. No one wants those cars.
No. The only thing that I wanted from the 80s was the IROC. The IROC, Camaro IROC. It's the only thing I wanted, man, because that thing was money. Other than that, there was
that late 70s, early 80s. There was some
shit.
Yeah.
There was some bullshit coming
Shout out to my brother. He had a 91 Mustang that was, at the time, I thought super ugly. But I look back on him now and I'm like, I don't know. You see him at the street,
was
the
the
street tracks.
the
and
GT
stuff,
with the
It had yeah. It was a Mustang GT, and it was really fast. It was a super fast car. But man, I just at the time I was like, man, the body style is so ugly, you know, because it had that A-frame back, you know, or whatever, and it just was not. It was not appealing at the time. I look back at it now and I'm like, yeah, dude, I wish I had it.
Yeah.
It's like for me the Corvette, the best Corvette that we had. The Corvette, there was I love Corvettes, but the worst one was the one that Dirk Diggler drove. Dirk Diggler, like from Boogie Nights.
Oh
that was the
yeah,
worst.
yeah.
Had the luggage rack in the back and shit.
Yeah.
I hated that shit, man.
Yeah.
That was ugly, dude.
That's what I said. I mean, that was even the Corvette was kind of uncool during that time, right?
At that time, but now, holy shit, the Zio, the whatever it was.
Oh man, and that one of the cars that's cool, kind of from the late '80s, that has just made a comeback like crazy. You guys know what a Grand National is? A Buick Grand National.
that's the wide body, huh?
No, it's a Regal.
Oh, okay,
It's a
yeah,
Buick
I
Regal,
know exactly what you're talking about.
It's the
Yeah,
Grand National, and that car was it's more famous now than it was then.
Yeah.
It's just crazy what money those cars bring, and you just think to yourself, wow, that's if you just could have gotten your hands on one of those. They were fast cars back then, and now they're rare. And
Hey, my dream car right now is a 1967 Lincoln Continental. I want that wide body, long suicide doors in the back, convertible.
I think we should get an old convertible Cadillac like Boss Hogg had with a set of horns on the front. I'll just hop in there, right? Have it just sitting on the ground, just about get hung on a set of railroad tracks, but we're still just ride around in it. Pull up. Yeah. Don't even open the doors. Just climb out of the top. Right?
Yeah. I'm down on that, dude. Down on that.
Probably couldn't find one of those. I mean, I'm sure they're rare now. A lot the same in a way. Struggles.
Did I pull you? Did I pull you by the short hairs? No? All right. No, I was saying, did I pull you by the thing? I thought I yanked on it hard.
I'm still getting over that two pedal. I'm thinking about
man,
that
2 feet,
I'm thinking
dude.
about that artist, that new he's an alternative guy, and he's called 2 Feet. I'm thinking that would have been a good nickname for you, 2 Feet.
2 feet.
My
2 Feet. Hell, 2 Feet's pulling up. Look at him. His brake lights are on, and he's giving it gas.
Oh, 2 feet.
On my blink. That's because I'm old as shit.
You leave your blinker on?
Well, because that one doesn't
all
go
the time?
off. It doesn't go off
Yeah.
because it's old.
It's not self-cancel.
No, it's just not. So it doesn't do that.
But you don't hear it or what?
Nah, I don't hear. I'm driving. I'm going. Focus. I'm worried about my feet. I'm worried about the feet. dude. I'm worried about the feet.
I like those lights, those Cadillac lights on the back.
Oh,
that
Cadillac.
was a little touch by my
Those are
father.
Cadillac lights
My
back
father-in-law.
then. Nice.
That's his
Yeah.
touch, man. That's his touch.
I know
I
that.
let him do his thing.
I
man.
have that eye.
I let him do his thing because he's I let him do his thing because he's the
He's an artist,
expert.
huh?
He's the expert. He's an artist. He's a car expert. And
Yeah.
I don't get in the way of that. Stand by Me.
Good movie.
Anyway, Stand By Me, man. Stand By Me was big
that
big
stuff?
movie for me as a kid, man. Big movie for me as a kid.
You saw that stuff in the news about that the dude Will. What was his last name? Will.
Hey, you know how you call it? You know how I say it? Will Wheaton. Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton, dude. That's what his name is. No.
Too many
He was on
H's.
Star
Too
Trek,
many
yeah.
H's. Take
He was Will Wheaton. He was on Star Trek: The Next Generation. Big child actor.
Yeah. Leeches.
Yeah, Leeches. Yeah, no shit, dude. So yeah, I think Jerry O'Connell, which was Vern, the fat kid in Stand By Me. He was like, man, I didn't know that you were during we were shooting all that shit. I didn't know you were dealing with like child abuse and emotion. Like
So
he was
Will Wheaton was
Will Wheaton was
Gordy.
He was the main character. He was the main character,
Gordy,
right?
yeah.
You really screwed the pooch, Gordy. Yeah, he was he was Gordy, man, and his brother was John Cusack, which was Danny, I think, and he was a star football player, and Gordy was the art, I guess the writer, and he was
Artist.
the kid, and his parents were pissed that the superstar died in the family, and the sad shit is that Will Wheaton was going through some shit during off screen, with his
In his
parents.
real life,
His
yeah.
real life, his dad was like abusive, and emotionally abusive to him because he wanted him to be a child actor. He was a child actor. That whole thing. There's a lot of kids, child actors that go through that shit. But at 11, he said, I channeled that sadness, and I took it to that character as being, my parents hated me because my brother died, and I channeled that shit. He goes, but it's crazy how heavy that is for an 11-year-old to take that into a movie role.
But he killed it. He killed it.
He's murdered it, man.
Okay,
I mean, that whole
Yeah.
whole crew did.
Yeah.
So he I have two thoughts on this. The first is I think that that it was easy for people to not see that he was dealing with stuff because his character was dealing with stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so you feel like he's channeling these issues that's going on in his character's family's life, but in reality it's actually happening in his real life. The other thing was he didn't even want to do the movie. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but his mom actually forced him to do the movie. He went into the audition for it or whatever, and was like, "Hey, I don't really want to, whatever." And I think it had to do with his personal life and whatever. And he ended up his mom ended up making him do the movie or whatever, and it was hard for people to tell because
he did a hell of a job.
His character.
So what?
Channeled it.
What year was that movie? I know I've seen it several times. I remember it as a kid.
80, 83, 85, something like that.
Yeah.
So I remember being
Mid-80s.
a kid,
Go ahead.
and one of the things that I think about in that movie, those guys, it reflects that time. In I know what it's like to be a guy. I mean, and grow up like that. Is that it reflects that time? That's the toughest time to be a guy. You're not a little boy.
Mm-hmm.
You're not a grown up guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that a couple scenes in that movie because one of the kids, the tough guy, who was the tough guy? Was that River Phoenix?
Yeah, Chris.
Right.
Phoenix, yeah.
He was the tough kid.
Yeah.
But when the big guys came around, he was nothing.
He
right?
was nothing. When
nothing.
Ace.
Yeah.
When Ace and those guys.
Yeah, when they came around.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer Sutherland. They came around.
Vampire
They came around.
Yep.
He was nothing.
Yep.
And so that reminds me, it kind of hits you in the feels, that what it was like at that age. That is, at least for me, that was the toughest time growing up to be a kid because you didn't know who you were. You weren't a little boy, and you weren't as tough as those other dudes yet.
To speak to that, I think the writers did a really good job of showing that because if you go back and watch the movie and you notice they like every other scene, one of those four kids is like crying and breaking down, like they're they're crying because they're kids.
It's a tough time. It's a tough time to be a kid.
They're trying to be tough, and they're trying to be this, that, and the other, and who is
Ace.
who is the you said his name
River Phoenix.
River Phoenix.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When he did the whole like tough guy thing or whatever, it was believable.
Yeah.
And it was something that was you sort of felt as as somebody that was watching the movie. Who was the kid with in the green shirt? Who was the kid in the green
Corey
shirt?
Feldman. He was Teddy Duchamp.
Teddy Duchamp. Yeah. So that's another thing that never really gets addressed in the movie.
He's abused, man.
Like you deal with the fact that his dad, was this military cat or whatever, and comes back with PTSD.
He stormed the beaches of Normandy.
Comes back with PTSD, and everybody just calls him crazy.
Yep.
Everybody just thinks he's crazy.
Man, you're gonna make me watch this again. It's been a
good
while.
movie,
I mean, I love the show. I watched the last time I
Mm-hmm.
watched it. My son was smaller.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, it was one of those shows that as my son was growing up, I sat down and said, "You need to watch this."
Yeah.
And it's just good.
Yeah,
Good
I'm
movie.
about to sit my son down and watch because he's reading the book in school, so we're gonna sit down and watch. What we're talking about Outsiders. He's reading that book right now, and he's like,
Nice.
he's like, Dad, have you heard about this thing called? I said, Yeah, dude. I know Outsiders.
yeah,
Like, I know Outsiders. No, but we're back to
for Johnny.
yeah. Back to the Stand By Me, dude. I think the coolest thing on that movie was when River Phoenix, which is Chris, he was Chris Chambers, when he was telling Will Wheaton's character. When Will Wheaton was like, I'm a writer, I feel like a punk or whatever. He's like, dude, if I had half the talent you did, man, You know, I'd kill myself to have that talent you do. And if your dad's
Yeah.
too much of a pussy to tell you you're talented, I'll be your dad and I'll tell you.
I'll tell you.
And that's some powerful shit for kids to be.
That's
you know,
a kid
that's
thing.
kids, dude.
That's
And,
crazy.
and these guys are acting, dude. These are like
Yeah.
crazy actors, man. Like they're doing
killed it.
something that grown actors can't pull off.
And the
most
whole
of time, man.
show,
That's
the
good
adventure,
shit.
it was an adventure, man.
Oh, I love it.
Let's go
I love
see a
it.
dead body.
Dead body.
Hey,
It was all about a dead body. It was about
Hey,
Meg. Go see Meg.
When
Let's
I
go
saw
poke Meg.
when I saw that when I was younger, I remember thinking like, I'm jealous.
Man, I want to go on an
I was-
adventure like
yeah,
that.
I was
And
so
absolutely,
jealous, man.
Absolutely.
You're-
That and I
Get to
want to
sleep
go
in the woods.
I want to be like the Goonies.
Oh
That and
yeah,
I want to
yeah,
be like
yeah.
the Goonies.
Do you remember who the dead body was? The name of the kid, dead body?
No.
Anybody knows the dead kid?
I gotta watch
I
Dead
it.
literally just watched it. I can't
Um,
remember.
yeah.
Vince,
No. The dead body was
Ken,
the kid.
Gerald.
2 feet.
Eddie Brower.
Eddie
Brower.
Brower.
Eddie Brower.
Yeah.
They brought it. They went to go see it, and dude. Honestly, dude, when I saw that scene when they looked at that kid, it traumatized me. Seeing that kid being dead, it looked real. It looked like a real
Yeah.
dead body, man. It was crazy, and then the guy showed up, Ace and all them, Kiefer Sutherland, all them vampires showed up, and they wanted to take claim to that. They wanted to take claim to that body, man. That was their body.
All those
Wait, was it
vampires.
Eddie or Ray?
What's that?
Scroll
it-
back up, Angel. Ray Bauer?
Ray
That was
Brower?
Ray Brower. Dead
Ray-
kid hit by the
Well,
train.
Ray Brower.
He went by Eddie. He went by Eddie.
He went by Eddie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
His mama called him Ray.
His mom-
But
Yeah.
but
His
he-
name was Eddie.
But he his
he
mama
went by
called-
Ray.
Yeah,
That's
he
right,
went
yeah,
by
yeah.
Ray.
Yeah.
It was actually Ray for a while,
Yeah.
but they
They
Yeah,
shortened,
dude,
they shortened it.
shortened it.
But dude, these child actors, man, it's a trip, man. To see these stage parents, man. Like another one that was pretty sad, dude, was Macaulay Culkin, dude.
Oh,
He went
yeah,
through some
dude.
shit too, dude. He went through some shit too.
He
His
fell
parents,
off too, huh?
His parents, he had to get emancipated when he was 16, dude, to get his money. I mean, he said his parents were just taking his money, dude. They were
So-
just taking his money away.
But just back to Stand By Me,
Okay,
River Phoenix, he
dead.
dead?
Oh yeah,
Dead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I
outside the club. What was the club? Viper Room. The Viper Room.
thought.
That was out in California, LA, on Sunset Strip, man. Right? Yep.
He's a
Viper Room.
handsome dude, huh?
Oh, dude, they were all handsome, dude. I wanted to be Corey Feldman so bad, dude. I wanted to be Corey
Corey
Feldman.
Feldman, dead or alive?
He's alive, but he
alive.
should be dead. I mean,
Hey, except for the ear though, huh?
yeah, he had that burnt ear. His dad
That
pressed it
burnt
up
ear,
against,
dude.
pressed it against the stove. No, but Corey, dude, that is another child actor that's got issues, and he was tainted by Michael. He got a little touched, he got
He got into drugs really
yeah,
bad
that
too.
too. And Michael probably was checking out that booty hole. But yeah, man, it was a sad time for them guys, man. Like them child actors are sad. It's sad,
Yeah.
man. Like I
Hey.
said, but
Being a child actor in the '80s, I mean, I can't speak
Look
to any
at
other generation. I don't know,
Corey
but like,
Feldman.
it must have been
Oh,
worse.
yeah.
It must have been like horrible.
Yeah. I mean, but let's face it, probably still is. I mean,
oh yeah.
because we're watching a movie about kids that
Mm-hmm.
that have this, they're growing up and going through this, rite of passage, right? But having an adventure. But the kids that are actors, they had a tough life in real life,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
They're probably not
Hey,
good.
Ace Kiefer Sutherland, man, he killed it.
Hey,
oh, dude, he was-
good in
killed
so
it
many
in that movie,
things.
dude.
Um,
He killed it. He's the tough guy.
Lost
dude.
Boys.
He's the tough
Lost
guy.
Boys.
Oh yeah, yeah.
dude, he had a face on him, man. He had a
Hey,
he had a face.
24.
Dude,
He killed it in so many things.
Oh yeah.
good actor.
He had a famous dad,
Oh,
Who was his dad?
Donald
Donald
Sutherland.
Sutherland. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Donald Sutherland was showing his ass in.
Forgot about that.
In what was that movie? Animal House.
Yeah.
He was naked, butt naked. Well, he was Porky Picking it. He had his ass out in that movie. But yeah, that was he had a hell of a face, man. He had a
Stand
What a
by
character.
Me.
That's
Stand
so-
by Me had one of the original group vomit prank scenes.
Yeah.
Remember the
Yep.
pie eating
Yep.
contest,
Yep.
and the pie eating contest ended with everybody, even in the audience, everybody like vomiting.
No,
on
I
each
don't
other.
remember this.
You
I have
remember
to
the
watch
vomit?
it. I have to watch it.
It was one
I
of-
remember it a little bit. I have to
And
watch
that's parodied on adult cartoons and movies all over the place. That was one of the
Family-
original like vomit comedy scenes or
Yeah.
whatever.
Family Guy uses it all the time. Man.
Yeah.
Family Guy.
All right, I'm watching it.
No, dude, Macaulay Culkin, dude, that guy, he was 16 that got emancipated. His his dad His dad was vicious, man, because he saw that Macaulay Culkin had this talent that he didn't. You know, he was kind of jealous of his son, of his own son, dude. And he was like, you know what? You know, they had an issue there. He was taking his money. There was a point when Macaulay Culkin said as he got older, when he was older, he mentioned like he would tell his dad, you know, I'm tired, I can't act, you know, I'm exhausted. You know, he was doing like all his dad's like, hey, you got to keep pressing on, man. We got to make this money. You know, it's a sad thing, man. And then, but like I said, when he got to turn 16, he was like, man, I'm out, man. Like, I'm done with this, man. I can get away from them and do my own thing. He was worth at that time when he was 16, he was worth like $50 million, man. At that time,
you know, people look at his life and they think, oh, well, he just peaked as a kid and just didn't do, you know, much acting, you know, after a kid or whatever. No, dude, he stepped away. Mm-hmm. Like he moved away from acting and was like, I was forced to do this when I was a kid, and I don't want to be responsible for trying to fill these roles and you know, do this stuff, whatever. Mm-hmm. So he stepped away. I mean, yeah, he dealt with his own issues and he had some substance abuse issues and stuff like that. And he's come back now in like some indie films and you know, and stuff like that. One of my favorite Macaulay Culkin movies. I can't remember the name of it, but it was The Good Son.
Good Son was solid. Dude. He was fucking evil, dude. He was a bastard.
He's an evil kid.
Another one that was good
in
his later.
Remember that?
That's a good movie.
In his later years, another good movie that. In his later years,
pull that up.
In his later years, he did Party Monster with Seth Green.
Seth Green,
and they were like the first New York party kids and shit, like with the raving and all that bullshit. They did all that, and I thought that was a fantastic. He's a great actor, dude. He can pull off anything, dude. He can pull off any role. And now I think he's in American Horror Story now. I think he's doing that now. He's a vampire.
He did
vampire or something. He's some kind of role like that.
American Horror Story.
But dude's extremely talented, and he's got a little brother. I loved his little brother in Home Alone. Goddamn, what was his name? Fuller. He's like Fuller's gonna, he's gonna wet the bed. Fuller's gonna wet the bed. Buzz.
Remember Buzz?
Buzz was a peanut. It was a fucking douche, man.
Dude.
His girlfriend was yikes. Buzz's girlfriend was ugly.
Buzz's girlfriend. Hey. Woof.
Yeah, woof. Yeah.
Oh man. Now that was a good movie though.
Yeah, no.
The Good Son. There was a scene in that where he's like spoiler alert, you know, whatever. If you've never seen it, then
30 years later.
Yeah. There's no spoiler alert if you haven't seen it at this point. But he was like, correct me if I'm wrong, but he was like hanging off the cliff.
Yep.
And that was like toward the end of the movie, right?
Yep.
And it was like this little kid, and he was like cool with dying. He was like, "No, I'm good."
I'm trying to think of who's the other kid. There was another kid in that movie that was just
Elijah Wood. Yeah, yep. Elijah Wood was in it.
Goddamn.
That's a great movie.
Is that Harry Potter?
Harry Potter, man.
Harry Potter, yeah.
Harry Potter. Them troll, or was it?
No, it's not Harry Potter.
No.
That's from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Frodo.
Yeah,
Frodo.
Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, the same thing.
I know just enough to just throw a word in here or there. That's what I know. I mean, like just enough, just like
hey, Angel, hit
Frodo.
Hit picture. Hit images on that search. See what pops up. See if it pulls up some. Oh yeah, there you go. Look at that. There's the cliff scene.
There it is. It's a cliffhanger.
Go, 3 rows down. Second to the left. Right there. And the parent is trying to decide which one to let go, and they save.
Yeah,
spoiler alert. They save, I even this long away, like I feel bad, like even saying it, but like they save Frodo.
Frodo stayed.
Hey, was that the good choice or what?
Oh, that was the best choice.
Oh, it's definitely, dude.
Yeah. The other one was a demon. It was a demon.
Yeah. What was his name in Home Alone?
Wait a second.
Kevin,
Wait a second.
Right,
I've seen that show.
Kevin McAllister.
That was a good show.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, the kid was bad. He
Yep.
caused trouble the whole time.
Yeah,
I remember they threw
So at the end they drop him.
Didn't he kill a pet or something like that?
He threw a dummy over the freeway.
Oh, that's
and then
right.
it caused a big ass wreck and shit, dude. It was intense, man.
I'm gonna go back and watch that movie. That's a good movie.
He was a little bastard, man. But he did a hell of a. He
son.
was a solid actor, man, dude. Macaulay Culkin, dude. He's killer actor.
Wow,
great actor. He was also a musician for a little bit too. So, but that was, that was
short-lived.
Yeah, real quick.
Short-lived.
hey, Keith's a fan.
Hey, man, I am.
Right, no,
I am.
He is a good actor, though. Yeah. He definitely is a good actor.
I learned.
Well,
something.
anything else you guys want to hit?
Man, I'm good, man.
Keith, where can people find you on social media?
Talented Savage on Instagram, Facebook. It's me, Keith Amateur, on Facebook. All those good things.
Johnny?
MX429 on Instagram. Check us out. Comment.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted to hit on too is on social media. Be sure to follow the 52 on Instagram, Facebook, and comment there too as well. As long as along with YouTube and Spotify, all those things, comment everywhere, dude. On YouTube, like, comment, Quasimodo that notification bell, dude. Hit us up, man. Hit us up, dude, and be sure to comment.
These things are algorithm based.
Oh yeah,
and we gotta
Matrix.
We gotta make this work, dude. So comment below if you're watching on YouTube. What was your first car? Let us know what your first car is. If you have segment ideas, throw them down in the comments, and we'll shout you out if we add that segment to the show. And take care of it that way. You can check me out at Real Trent Graves on Instagram. And Angel, what's your handle on Instagram?
Quick style. It is AV Angel Loser Kid on Instagram. I would spell it out, but I did on the last one. So if you really care, then what's up.
Evil Knievel.
So
if you really care.
Evil Knievel. Big shout out to Angel. This is episode 4 in the books, man. I'm excited about it. I love hanging out with you guys and doing that thing. So. This is the 52 podcast. We'll check you next time. Adios.
I was just in my office and I heard a ruckus.